So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check my star to make sure that it's pretty close to the star on the pattern. And this looks pretty good. Most of the time it's not going to be exactly perfect because there's going to be some imperfections in your gluing or sewing, or maybe the paper pattern wasn't right, but this is pretty close. So then I'm going to take it over to my circle. Now, if I want to, I could have marked the center when I had this paper in, or after I've taken it out, so I know where the center mark is, and I could mark the center mark on this star. It's on the back, but really on this pattern it's not necessary because the star is going to fit right in the center of that circle. The one thing that I do need to make sure that I align is the star point at the top, because this point should be right in the center of the block. And so if you remember at the beginning when we got this ready for applying the circle, the 7-inch square, we pressed it, and there is a mark here, a mark over here, and that's my way of figuring out where the center is. And so for this particular block, I think that's going to be the easiest way to figure out where that goes. So I'm also looking at these star points, and I notice that maybe, this star point doesn't go all the way to the edge there. And this star point might go a little too far. So I can maneuver my star. Maybe this set of points, the way they are, is a little bit better than the last set where they ended up. So I think this one might be a little bit better. So I'm going to put my pins in, and once again I like to start off with these longer pins because I find it a little bit easier, and then after I get everything pinned I like to replace them. So if you notice, this star point goes out a little too far. Well, luckily fabric is fluid. It's not like having this on paper, and I do have a little bit of give, so I can pull out my fabric a little bit to get that so that that point is going to come where it belongs. So I work my way around, pinning, making sure that I get my points pretty close to the edge. And once again, after I've pinned like this, then I have these little sequin pins that I like to use, and I start taking the big pins out. I do the big pins first. It's just easier for me to get them in. So now I'm ready to sew the star onto the background.